Okay, so it's after work on a Monday. I managed to find a bolt that is a grade 12 cap screw or Allen headed bolt that is, I think, the right length. It may be a bit long, I may have to just trim it a bit, but it's definitely got the right amount of thread on it. The other thing that I did was got some hardened steel washers. Because it's a cap screw and it doesn't have a massive land there, I got a hardened steel washer that will fit on there. And it's not a mild steel washer, it's actually hardened. It's actually got a rating on there. I don't know if you can see that. So what we're going to do is get as much of this done tonight as I can and then finish it off during the week after work as quickly as I can. So shouldn't take too long to get all this back together, so I'll just take the camera off here, and as you can see we've drilled through. Don't know if you can see that, but we've drilled through there. You can see some light there, and we'll stick that bolt all the way through. Put these brackets back on, hardened steel washers, tighten everything up. We've undone some bolts in there, undone some bolts down here. We'll get all that back together, and I've already fixed up all the cross threaded stuff, and we'll get this back together. So let's get started. So we'll stick a little bit of anti-seize on here because we don't want this seizing up in the subframe. So this is copper style zinc anti-seize. So we'll definitely give that a good coat and make sure that we're not going to get any seizing going on. So we'll take this out, and we'll use this as a bit of a starter. Got it started. We'll then just use this mallet, and then we just need to lift this up. Stick this spacer back on. This is a deformed nut that should stop it vibrating loose, but I'll also put some Loctite on it. See, that washer doesn't go on there, it goes on the outside. So we'll stick some Loctite on the threads, and that should help it vibrating off. So just get that started like that. We'll put the washer on. We'll put some stuff on the threads. Put some this side just in case it pulls more through. And we'll do it up. Let's get a socket to do that up. 17mm. I think that this thread sticking out will maybe a bit long, so I'm actually going to remove that thread and grind that off. So I'll just put some rag on the bike while I grind that off. It's yeah, just a bit much. I think it'll hit the tank. Go with the tank back on. Fin bolts. So tank bolts in without stripping them, no kink in the vent line, tightened fender fairing bolts. We've got to do the bottom bolts on the crash bars. So let's do those next. So to get into under there, the easiest way I found is with the universal joint. I think this is a 13 or a 14. And the other side is the opposite, so we just need a spanner for one side and this for the other.
Top one of the front bit.
Okay. That's, that one. So now we're going to put the exhaust pipe on. Okay, brake, master cylinder stuck back on. That looks like it's okay. Exhaust pipe stuck back on, tightened up. Clamp tightened up. Bracket bolt they forgot tightened up. Front engine mounts tightened up. Tank in and tightened up and connected. So now I think it's just the seat and the panels, and then we'll be able to start her up. So before I put the panels on, I was just going to show you what I've done. I put a flap of rubber here. There's the air intake, and that's where the dust, the back tyre was bellowing up dust between this guard and into here from the back tyre. So I put this flap, it sort of bends back like that once the panel's on, to try and eliminate that. And if not, if that doesn't work, I've also put some foam up in here to try and seal it. Don't know if you can see that, but I might even put a little guard around this to try and stop stuff coming from the back. I don't know how effective that'll be, but That's something else I might try. So, one thing I need to do is put on the fuel hose. So I better do that. Okay, let's see how she goes. I think everything's done.